Vehicle safety and awareness. This is a subject that could easily end up being 100 items or more long. But what I've done here is narrow it down to the top 10 items that most people seem to be the most negligent with. So, let's go ahead and get started, in no particular order. Number 1. Give the vehicle a once over. Is it too much to ask to just walk around the vehicle and take a quick look at it to make sure that nothing is wrong with the vehicle? Most people just get in their car and go, and they don't give it a second thought. They've got a flat tire, somebody's damaged the car, it could be any number of things. It doesn't take but a minute to just walk around the car real quick and take a look, make sure that the tires are good, there's nothing leaking, so on and so forth. But the average person simply just doesn't do this. Number 2, before getting in your car, look through the windows. This is really simple. Your windows are transparent. Look in the windows, make sure nothing's wrong inside the vehicle. This actually happens, rarely, more so on TV than anywhere else, but rarely enough, there could be someone in your car. It doesn't take but a second to just look through your windows and make sure nothing is there. And for me, this harkens back to some training I had some years ago where it was a type of a martial arts instruction, and they were talking about what to do if you get attacked from behind in your vehicle. And it occurred to me even then, if you just looked through your window to make sure no one was there in the first place, you wouldn't have to get tangled up in that scenario, would you? Number 3, lock your doors. The very first thing, and I've even called other preppers on this one, the very first thing you should do when your butt hits that seat and that door shuts is lock that door. Most of the time, when someone gets snatched out of their car, it's because their door wasn't locked. And it's also the first thing you should do when you exit your vehicle as well. How many times have you seen in the news where people slip into someone's car at the gas station and steal out of the vehicle while the person's pumping gas? That door should be locked. Number 4, have a vehicle emergency kit. Most people's vehicles do not contain any type of a vehicle emergency kit. It doesn't have anything short of a jack for a spare tire. You should have an emergency kit, triangles, flares, jumper cables, basic tools, whatever you might need in an emergency. And this should also include a first aid kit. Very few people are driving around with a first aid kit in their car, and they should have one. Tying in with number 4, number 5, a personal emergency kit. Basically, a bug out bag for your car. You could run into a situation where you are stranded and you're going to have to abandon your car. If you have to walk away from your car and start trekking it, I should hope you have a bag with you that has some food, water, and other supplies to keep you going. Number 6, turn that music down. I know this one seems a little odd, but it is pertinent. And not just the music, but the radio in general. People tend to have them turned up too loud, and it takes away from your awareness of what's going on inside and outside the vehicle. Not just with what's going on around your vehicle. If there's a crash, you should be able to hear it. If there's sirens, you should be able to hear them. If there's some unusual sound your vehicle is making, you should be able to hear that. You cannot hear it if your radio, your stereo is just cranked to the max all the time. Number 7, fill that gas tank. Never let your tank get lower than half full. If your tank is half, consider it to be on E and fill it back up. I know it means an extra few trips to the gas station. People don't like to deal with that, but it beats getting stranded somewhere because something came up and you ran out of gas. Number 8, don't procrastinate on maintenance and repairs. This one's an easy one to do, and I don't want to browbeat anyone on this one. but you should try to get repairs done and regular maintenance done as quickly as possible. Where this gets tricky is sometimes repairs can be ridiculously expensive and you end up being forced to procrastinate with it, but do your best with this one. Try not to let the car get run down because one problem in your car leads to 10 others very quickly. Number 9, turn your wheels when you park. After you've parked your vehicle, turn your wheels. Why do you do this? Because just like any tool, in an emergency, your car is a weapon. If someone runs up on your vehicle or gets up on your driver's side window or whatever and is threatening towards you, if your wheels are turned and you hit the gas, you can push them out of the way pretty quick. Your vehicle can be used as a weapon like any tool in an emergency. Number 10, tying in with number 9, observe your environment before you get out of your car. How many people look around through the windows at the space around their vehicle and get a good idea of what's going on before they unlock and open that door? Very few. Most people just jump out of the car and go. That's a good way to get in an accident. That's a good way to get hurt if somebody's stalking you. Always check around before you get out. Be completely aware of your surroundings. And one more, why not? We always like to throw you a bone at the end. Call it number 11 if you will. Have the tools to escape your car handy for emergencies. Almost nobody has escape tools in their vehicle. Something to cut your seatbelt with, because if you crash, you're going to have a hard time getting that thing off. And something that you can break your windows with if you had to escape your car. Something that you could even smash components in your vehicle to help you escape if you had to. Personally, I like using a demolition tool. I keep it under the seat. It should be within arm's reach to help you escape in an emergency. And as I previously stated, this list could go on and on and on. If you have some other suggestions, some other observations that you've made pertaining to the video, please go ahead and put them in the comment section down below. It could be very helpful to other viewers. Please do remember to give the video a thumbs up. Always appreciated. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell icon if you have not. Emphasis on share. ScrewTube doesn't like channels like this. Almost everything I put out gets sanctioned. If you wanted to help the channel out, there are links for that down below. Every little bit helps, and I really do appreciate it. Alternatively, if there happens to be an ad or ads running on the video, perhaps you could just let them run. You don't have to pay attention to them for them to count, and every little bit adds up. And again, I sure do appreciate it. So that being said, as always, stay frosty, folks, and thanks for watching.